Hey guys, welcome to Travel Feels. Today is finally that day we are traveling again. It's been a long time since I've traveled, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that we had a baby and all that stuff, and I didn't want to miss the birth. Then I didn't want to miss the first few weeks of his life, and so I haven't been traveling, but now we are traveling. I'm heading to Norway with my friend Samuel. He lives there. Super cool guy. He's an Instagrammer. You've probably actually seen him in a bunch of my video clips already, but you guys are gonna meet him. So I'm really excited to be traveling again, but there's one thing that I hate about traveling as a filmmaker, and that's gear. There's just so much gear, and I hate traveling with a lot of stuff, and it just gives me a headache and stresses me out. Literally, the biggest thing that stresses me out about traveling is whether or not I'm gonna get my bags through check-in. That's what stresses me out about traveling. Nothing else, that's what stresses me out. So really, when I'm traveling, I'm trying to keep things light. I'm trying to cut out all the extra stuff and just have what I really need. Of course, still thinking about backups and stuff like that, but still trying to keep it to a minimal amount. So for example, I don't usually travel around with my 7200. I just don't use it that often, and it's a massive lens, takes up a ton of space, it's really heavy, it's not really good for hikes and all that kind of stuff. So there's little things like that that I'm taking into consideration. And so let's start off this video just looking at what gear I'm bringing to Norway. This is a little bit messed up. All right, so first off, I'm shooting on the Canon 1DX Mark II. Canon Canada gave me this camera on loan, so I'm testing it out. I want to see how good it is. There's a lot of really talented people using this camera, and I've seen a lot of really cool footage come out of this camera, especially the slow motion. So I thought I'd give it a test, see what it's like, and then I can do a little review for you guys too, and tell you what the camera's like and who it's best for. So right now, Canon 1DX Mark II, and then a 16-35. I'll show you guys. So here you go, Canon 1DX Mark II, Canon 16-35 lens, f2.8, and Rode video microphone. And of course, the bendy tripod, GorillaPod, works perfect. I don't know how Peter vlogs with this camera. It's super heavy. It's big, but it's pretty high quality, so I'm really curious to see, is it worth it? All right, so what else do I have with me? Here is my camera bag. And there's actually not much in it. Basically, what's on the camera is what I'm taking with me. I am taking an extra lens, the Sigma 35mm 1.4. This is a really nice lens, one of my favorite lenses. Really nice on a full frame sensor. I really like it. And I do have this interesting little secret lens. It's this old school little lens that I just bought. It has really interesting bokeh. I'm planning on trying to use it a little bit in Norway. So stay tuned for the result. You actually have to use this little adapter to get it on a Canon because it's, I don't even know what mount. But yeah, I'm gonna be trying that out a little bit. But that's basically it. I mean, I know that Samuel is gonna have some other Canon lenses, so I'm not too worried. Usually I take a little bit more stuff, and usually I take a backup camera. But this time, I'm not shooting for a client. I'm just going by myself, so I don't really care. I'm not gonna take a backup camera this time. We'll see if that's a bad idea or a good idea. And of course, we have ND filters, super important. You cannot film a travel film without ND filters. You need it for the nice cinematic shutter speed. Make sure you have ND filters. And then we just got filter rings. You don't need to buy a whole bunch of ND filters. You just use filter rings, put them on whatever lens you need. Passport, Halls, because I'm still sick, mints, snacks. You always gotta have snacks. Make sure you have snacks when you're traveling. So that's pretty much it for the camera bag, other than batteries and memory cards and that kind of stuff. For stabilizer, I was thinking a long time about this. Should I take a gimbal? I have a Movi M10. Should I take one of those smaller handheld gimbals? And none of the gimbals really fit what I want to do. So I'm just bringing a good old fashioned glide cam. It always works, never fails on you, it won't break. It's really easy, nice and simple to pack away. You don't have to worry about it, you can just throw it in. The baby's crying, I should probably check up on him. All right, he's good now. Next for audio, I have the Rode Videomic Pro, which is on top of the camera. Perfect little microphone for vlogging and getting that extra little bit of audio. Baby's still crying. And then I have a Zoom H4n and a Rode NTG3 mic. I'm planning on doing a little interview with Samuel for this epic travel film, profile film. So I'm bringing this along. I'm not gonna be using this on my camera. I'm just gonna be recording the audio separately. Then we're taking a drone. Of course, you have to have a drone on a travel film. We are taking the Phantom 4 Pro. I actually really like this drone. I think it's by far the best DJI drone in this size. Obviously the Inspires are better quality, but this is really high quality actually. All the other DJI drones are like okay video quality, but this one's really good. And I really like that the controller comes with a screen. This is a lifesaver. I really like it. I was always forgetting the iPhone cord, and I just hate hooking up my iPhone to the controller. I think this is worth the money. To go along with the drone, of course, you need filters, ND filters. Any camera you're using, including your drone, you need ND filters when it's really bright outside so you can keep the right shutter speed. And especially for drones, if your shutter speed is way too high, you get a whole bunch of this micro jitter grossness. So you really need an ND filter to cut that out so the shutter speed isn't so high and you have it at a more reasonable amount. Now with drone filming, I'm not so caught up that it's exactly double the frame rates, but just a little bit closer at least so it's not crazy high. And I have some cool new filters that were sent to me. These ones by Sandmark, some ND filters, testing these out. Then we have some other ones by Polar Pro. I actually just saw these guys on the Shark Tank show. Pretty interesting. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of ND filters there. Really curious to try these out. And they also sent me a lens cover. Oh, interesting. Maybe I should put that on actually. So that's the drone stuff. Make sure you have your filters. I like the Phantom 4 Pro Plus version, I think that is. And then we have editing and data and all that stuff. Make sure you're always carrying an extra hard drive, probably 2, just to back up your footage. I like to keep one in my camera bag and then one in my check bag or somewhere else. So they're just in different places. So if one bag gets lost, I'm not losing all of my footage. And I just got the MacBook Pro 15-inch, the new one. I think I showed this to you guys before. So I've been trying to figure out what kind of dongles I should bring because this thing doesn't have any ports except for these USB-C ports. So there's a few different options that I've gotten. I actually got this dock case sent to me. I think they're actually doing a Kickstarter right now. It's really handy. It's like a sleeve for your laptop, so you stick it in there. But then when you're not using it as a sleeve, you take out your laptop, put it on top, and then you have all these ports on the side. It just hooks in. So you have HDMI and USB-C and USB and micro SD and normal SD card slots, just everything you need. So this is really handy, but I don't really want to use this for traveling. This is more when I'm at home in the city traveling around over here. But I found that this little guy, I don't even know who makes it, Satechi. This little guy is pretty handy. You just plug it in and then you have little SD card slots and micro SD and USB slots, all that stuff. So this is what I'm traveling with. Again, keeping in mind the less is more, save some space. But this is really handy in the city because it's a 2-in-1. It's the sleeve and it's all the ports all in one. So I really like it. You can check this out, link in the description. So that's pretty much it for what I'm taking on this trip. I think, yeah, other than my iPhone and case and new app coming out real soon. I've been teasing it a little bit on Instagram. It's pretty cool. It's coming out soon. So yeah, I'm really excited for this trip. I haven't traveled for a little while now, and Norway is just one of the most amazing places. I've been there 2 years in a row actually now, and I really like it. It's probably one of my favorite countries in the world. If you don't want kind of one of those beach vacation things, then Norway is a really, really good option. Really cool scenery. If you like hiking and really epic scenery, Norway is the way to go. I'm hoping I'll get to share some of that stuff with you guys in these next few videos. All right, so I gotta pack this stuff up and head to the airport pretty soon. Let's do this.
Say bye to the baby. Alright, so the worst part about traveling is over. I have made it through with all my gear and we are off to Norway. Not a booster juice ad, but I like booster juice. Alright, so now it's just time to wait. Everything is good. I like to come to the airport nice and early. I'm not one of those guys who comes in like last minute like a Casey Neistat. I don't know how he does it. That's so stressful. I like to come nice and early, take it easy, not have to stress with anything. But yeah, I don't know why gear stresses me out when I'm traveling. It just seems like so much stuff, and it's, is it gonna go through or is it not? Are they gonna let me take all these bags or not? I usually try to push a little bit of the carry-on side, so that maybe that's what stresses me out a little bit. But really, when you're traveling, you want to think about what you absolutely need, and then you also want some backup stuff just in case. Like, for example, if you're doing an actual project, you have a client, you want to bring a backup camera just in case, because you never know what's going to happen. Something could happen to your camera, and then you're screwed if you don't have another camera. In this case, I don't have a client or anything, so I'm not too worried. It's all good. But think about what you really need, and don't take everything, because a lot of times I find I bring all this stuff and then I don't even use most of it. I really only end up using one lens, and I just don't use most of the stuff that I bring. I really only need a stabilizer, a camera, a microphone, and a good lens that I really like. And I like to stay on the wide end, so. But man, this thing gets heavy. I don't know how Peter does this. How do you do this, Peter? This is really heavy, this camera. I wish you guys could see how big this thing is, and I wish you guys could feel what my bicep is feeling right now. It might be getting a little bit shaky as time goes on. Maybe I should, rest it on here. Does that look funny? Maybe. But yeah, this is gonna be a really fun trip. I think we don't really have anything planned out. Me and Samuel are just gonna go to Norway, grab a car and just road trip around. There's just so many cool places in Norway, which you guys will see. So it's a really good place to just road trip and just explore from place to place to place. Oh man, my throat is still killing me. I hope my voice gets back to normal real soon. All right, so next time I see you guys, I'm either going to be in Iceland because we have a little stop there, or I'll be in Norway. So, see you later.